Hi guys, Vathos here. I wanted to do a kind of quick review, setup, and maybe some gameplay of Quarriors. It's a dice building game. It's a lot of fun. One of the best aspects of it is that each game is kind of different, although there's only so many monster types. During each setup, you kind of determine randomly which type of monster that you can summon. For example, here's a regular Warrior of the Quay. There's all sorts of different versions of this. I think there's 3 different cards. You deal randomly the monsters until you get 7 different types. The game comes with a ton of dice. So you determine randomly your monsters, you turn randomly your spells. These brown ones are the starting cards. You always have these in each game. And this is the basic quid, the assistant, and a portal. And down here we have a Warrior of the Quay, strong ghostly spirit, a mighty primordial ooze, a mighty defender of the pale, a mighty death dealer, a mighty questing wizard, and a strong quake dragon over here. Each player starts with 8 basic quid dice and 4 assistants. They go into your handy bag, and that's where you're going to randomly draw from. Each player will have a bag for their dice. I've got it set up here for a 2-player game. The goal is to score each of your monsters, gaining glory, and whoever gets to, in this case 20 points for 2 players first, will win the game. So let's go ahead and grab the dice for each of these cards here, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we got all the dice out for each of the cards. Show some of the dice up to you. Here is the Warrior of Quay. There's a Ghosty. Again, most of these dice, I believe, were precursors to the Dice Master sets. So we have a nice fun one. This green ooze one is kind of translucent. Same with this mage or wizard one. Nice blue. The dragon is kind of sparkly. Okay, so turn order is pretty easy. First thing, if you have any creatures in your ready area, they'll score. Then you can cull dice, which is basically thinning extra dice out of your used area off of what you just scored. And you can get rid of 1 dice per monster that you score. Then you will draw 6 dice and roll them, doing any immediate effects, which are usually asterisks or special symbols on dice. And then you spend the quid. Each of the dice have this little number with this little drop. That's how much quid you have, or mana, to buy creatures and spells, or to ready creatures. And then you attack your opponents if they have something. And then your dice kind of move from your spent pile to your used pile, and then it becomes your opponent's turn. So we'll play a couple of quick rounds here, and show you some of the action. So first player is going to grab some dice. Grab 6 dice. So they got 3 assistants and 3 basic quid. Give that a roll. Throw that through the dice tower. Okay, so we have this is what we rolled. So this little guy with an asterisk, we have to take effect right away. So it's basically a re-roll. So I get to pick this and one under dice and re-roll it. Okay, so I got just 2 more quid. So I'll pay 1 to ready my guy. Let's see if I can't scoot this up to at least get one of the players up here. So I've paid 1 to ready him. And now I have 4 points to spend. I'll grab one of those little ghosties. That all goes to my spent pile. At the end of the turn goes to my used. My guy attacks, but there's nobody else on my opponent's side to beat up. So nothing kind of happens there. And now it goes to the second player's turn. Well, they will also draw 6 dice. There are 6 dice. We'll give them a roll and throw them in the dice tower. Looks like we got nothing but quid here. So they'll have 6 points to spend on buying something. I like these Mighty Defenders of the Pale, so he's going to go ahead and buy that for 6. All goes to his spent, and then gets used. Okay, beginning of player 1's turn. They have something in their active, so it scores. So that goes to used. They can cull a dice. I will get rid of one of the basic quid. And player 1 scores 1 glory for that assistant. Again, they go back to the dice bag, drawing 6 dice. That should be the last of the dice. 4 and 2. So you basically get 2 rounds before any of your new ones go back in. Give that a good roll. Drop it in the tower. And we got nothing but quid, but we did get a 2. I got 7, which isn't enough to get either of these big 8s. But 6. These guys get tougher. Let's try one of those. And you only, using the regular rules, you can only make 1 purchase regardless of how much quid you get. If you had 8 quid and you bought a guy for 4, that's all you get. There are advanced options that allow you to get more, so I'm going to spend essentially 7 to buy this 6 guy. So that will all go to my used pile. Back here to player 2. Again, I'll go to their die bag, draw out their 6 dice, give them a roll. Okay, so they got a couple of guys and some quid. So they will spend 2 to bring those 2 guys out, which after they've summoned everybody will immediately attack. There's nobody on this side. That leaves them 2 quid to buy. Nothing. Okay, so they basically just have 2 points that they can't spend. And that ends their turn. Back here to player 1. They go to their dice bag. It's empty. So they grab their used pile. Everything in their used goes back in. Give it a shuffle, and then I'll start picking out 6 new ones. 2. I like to grab 2 at a time, so you don't grab any extra. Okay, got my 6 dice. I did manage to get one of my new ones. Give that a shake and a roll. And I did actually manage to summon him, so this will be quite exciting. Okay, so I got the level 2 version of them, which is the number up here in the top left. So we have 2 there. That's how much quid it costs to summon them, and their level. The top right is their attack value, which is 3, and the bottom right is their defense value, which is also 3. I gotta get this guy out here and attack. Okay, so I'm gonna play 2 to get him out, and that's the only monster I can summon, so it's gonna attack. So I have a 3 monster versus my opponent's defense of 4. So you block. So I'm going to block 3 damage with 2, killing this guy. He goes to the used, which leaves 1 left. So 1 versus his defense of 2 isn't enough to kill him. So I only managed to take out 1 of player 2's guys. Okay, so now I have 3 quid to spend. Nothing costs 3. It's an expensive table. So that goes to my use pile. He's all done. Okay, so green's now going to get on board. Since they have 1 assistant left, they're going to score this guy, which is worth 1 glory. So green will be at 1 as well. I'll put him that way so I know between 1 and 2. And because I scored, I can get rid of a die. I need to draw, so these go back into my bag. Give them a shake. Draw 2. 2 more. And 2 more. No new ones. Give them a good shake. And a roll. Got nothing but quid. So I have 6 points to spend. I'll buy one of these Defenders of the Pale for 6. Ending player's 2 turn. Back here to player 1. Since I have my ghost in the ready area, he's going to go ahead and score. They're worth 2 glory. Goes into my used. Player 1 will gain 2 glory, getting him up to 3. And I will cull one of my basic dice. Now I will draw 2. 2 more. And the last 2. Ooh, one of my new ones. Nice. Shaky, shaky. Drop him in the roll. Got nothing but quid. So I got about 7. Again, not enough to get one of the big guys. 7. I'm going to go a little different. I'm going to buy one of the spells, because I can't see if I can get player 1 some more mana going. So I'm going to spend 7 to buy dice for 5. I know you're thinking I probably should have bought more monsters, but we'll see if that pans out with getting this growth that allows you to get mana faster and re-rolling other dice. Okay, so that ends player's 1 turn. Player 2 has nothing in the ready area, so they're going to draw out some dice. 2. 4. And 6. Give them a good shake. Throw them in the dice tower. Nice. Okay, so this is what we rolled. We got the level 3 version of that. So he's going to cost me 3 to field, and I'm absolutely going to do that. Spend 3 right away, leaving me with 2. He will attack, and he's got the double star in the corner, which translates to a special ability. So for the double, your opponent must spend 2 additional quid to summon each creature as long as he is in my ready area. So I basically made it more expensive for my opponent to field creatures while he's out there. And I got the highest version of that, which is level 3, which is going to cost 2 additional quid to bring out a monster. Okay, so I have, he attacks, nobody on my defense. 2, can't do much with that. So ends his turn. So that's some generalized gameplay of it. Goes back and forth. It's definitely more dynamic with up to 4 players, which this game does support. It is a lot of fun. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I do, but I do. That tactile aspect of grabbing dice and rolling them as opposed to shuffling is really fun, and there's a sense of excitement when you need to roll something specific to maybe knock out an opponent or try and score. Definitely a lot of fun. I do like the variation of the monsters, and their particular powers can vary vastly between games. Same with spells. All in all, this is a really fun game. There are a bunch of expansions. I plan on picking up some of those, so I'll do some additional gameplay footage of that. So this has been a kind of brief overview and some gameplay action of Quarriors. Thanks for watching. Bye. This has been a review brought to you by the Vathos Gaming Group. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.